Well, hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxter, on the show this evening is the one and only Stan and Ollie. How we doing, gentlemen?
Aye, good evening, Ox, and good to be on the night of my big mucker, Stevie, and good evening to everyone listening in on the YouTube feed this evening.
Aye, good evening to Bamber Gascoigne himself, Mr. Oxter. Good evening to my wingman Southside. Good evening to all the Bears listening out there. Yes, you know what night it is. It's Dream Team Wednesday.
Dream Team Wednesday. How are you, big man? How you been? Yeah?
You know me, Ox. You know me. Proactive. Happy days.
Yeah. Well, we better go to one of life's grafters, all right, big man?
Yep, aye, I'm fine and dandy, mate. And yourself?
Aye, mate. Good. Looking forward to this, right? Okay, Southside, you were on Sunday night. We've not heard from Stevie, unfortunately, since last Wednesday, because we like to hear big Stevie. Stevie, here's your thoughts on what's happening in the club and your first reaction to our new manager.
My first reaction to a new manager, I've got to say, I think out of all the candidates, I think Mr. Clemon's the man that ticked up the boxes, you know. Seems to be, what I've heard of him so far, he seems to, you know, he knows what he's doing. You know, he mentioned the 4 pillars and he's a winner and, you know, listen, Ox, I don't want to put any dampener on it at all. We've listened to guys talk the talk. We need them to walk the walk. I'm happy days the man's in. He seems to be all right. Let's take it there. Let's get behind the man and let's give everything. Let's fling our whole support behind him and let's get it going.
Well, if he's talking about walking the walk, we better talk about 2 pillars, Southside.
Aye.
Here we go again, eh?
Well, what's the matter?
Rapid Burn special. Here we go.
Southside, after you seen the press conference, what was your thoughts?
Aye, I was impressed with how he spoke to the media. And just listening to him talking about how he goes into a club and what he looks for and how he management seems to be a big thing and what he was talking about, and also what he said later on at the end of the interview about the 4 things he talked about, the 4 pillars that he wanted at the team, mentality and that, physical, get the passion back and that and whatever. So I think he talked very well. I'm looking forward to seeing him getting down to work. I think he did allude to it might take a wee bit of time just till we see everything that he wants to come towards the squad and the team. But he seems to have a presence about him as well. He was talking, everybody seemed to take on board what he was saying. And I think he'll be a no-nonsense guy, mate. I think he'll set the discipline and the standards, and it'll be down to the players to make sure that they carry out everything that he asked them to do.
We went from an apprentice to an adult, Stevie, if that makes sense.
Aye, I think we have. Aye. I was listening to the show there online. B. Roberts says a second car salesman to what we've got now, you know, how he put it. But listen, the man seems to be hard and fair. And I just hope through this time, from now to January, the players that are there will need to show this man that they want to play for this club. And I hope during this time, from now to January, this man sees that we need a wee bit of iron round about our team. We need a few players in there with a bit of guile and a bit of speed. We need that. And I hope this man, but every Rangers player's on probation now to January, and he'll be watching them, and let's hope he can get something out of them that Beale didn't.
Would you agree with that, Southside, that we need a bit of steel? Was that something you thought is lacking? Stevie mentioned iron, cojones. You know.
Aye, we look like we don't have somebody that goes out there and puts a tackle in, you know, in the first 5 minutes in a game, or if somebody needs to be dealt with, you go out and you make sure you mark them and you just put a tackle in, mate. We've looked through that team and you think, who actually tackles in our team that you could say lays a marker down in a game, or a player out there that's in nobody, Stevie, or if you go back to any game you want, if there's a player out there dictating the play, that shouldn't be allowed at Ibrox. You know, you get in there.
was a classic game. Sorry for cutting across you. So it was a classic game. We all watched it in front of our eyes. Me and you discussed it at the game at half time about why we played and nobody got within 10 yards. I can't
remember. Exactly. You know, and in many of the games of the past, whether it was one of them or one of your players, there was always a marker laid in the first couple of minutes. If you remember, even the Andy Halliday tackle that he won the ball when he sprinted across the park in front of the dugout and put that tackle in, and the whole crowd got up for it. But you've got to make sure that team that you're going to face on the park knows that they're coming for a hard game. I just think we're too nice, Ox. So I'm hoping some of the manager will change.
I've been called that a few times. Too nice, Stevie.
For me, I can only agree, and we've spoke about it Southside, up the back of buses and pubs, and you on this platform. We used to have teams beat in the tunnel. We used to have teams beat in the tunnel before they went out, and we've got nothing now. Now, I'll give you an example. You go to Motherwell, you go to Fir Park, right? Every one of your players are better than every one of theirs in every department. So see when we drop points to them or we lose a game to them, it tells you one thing, that the Motherwell teams get more heart and more disaster. All the way they can beat you is by kicking you, lying, cheating and scratching. They can't beat you at football. And we've got to, I just can't see guys like Lammers, Deserts, Cervantes, all these guys having the bottle to get. I mean, for instance, if Cervantes get put up there, would you see and somebody standing around Cervantes shouting and bawling at him? Can you see Lammers running around grabbing anybody and flinging them away out the road? We've got a team of nice guys, football players, but they need to realise when you go to Aberdeen's, you go to Motherwell's, and you go to St Mirren's and play, they kick you off the park. They bring you down to their level. And sometimes football doesn't get you over the line. You've got to have a bit of blood and guts and guile to get you over the line. A bit of heart and application gets you over the line. And I just think our Rangers team is far too nice.
Right, okay. So you're talking about guys with desire, if you like. What's the term? What would you use? Aggressive players, Southside, or hard players? What would you think?
Probably players that they might have been a bit aggressive. They didn't need to be the best player on the park, but they've done a specific job. No, if you maybe said to one of your players, you can man mark him, you know. We don't have somebody, well, even soonest when they come up, no, a winner, somebody that goes on the park and wouldn't be scared to put the foot in, leads by example. And if something goes wrong in the park, you'll be one of the first players there, backing your teammate up. I know football's changed slightly, I get all that, but I'm just talking about you can stand up for your pals on the park and not be bossed. And we're our captain saying when teams get in our faces, we don't know how to handle it. Well, we should be in their faces. No, for the start, I'm hoping this manager instills this type of mentality into this team, you know, and the new players coming in going forward.
I'll put the two years on the spot then. So if you were thinking about that, and I don't expect you to get it right off the bat, we're up for debate here. If you were picking a Rangers team just based on that, for your vast experience of 2 years, which is over 100 years between you, right? Southside, I'll go to you first, and then we'll go to Stevie, and then what we'll do is we'll match each position up, and I'll have a sort of cast and vote, and then we'll open up for debate. But just before we go back and talk about the manager and not the club, right? So Southside, I know you're on the spot here, but give me an 11 that you would think that would epitomise that. Yeah,
11.
You might know of Tommy McLean in the team.
No, the Bobby Russell.
Aye, but I'm not saying that this is the team you would pick. Aye, who would you go for in goal for a start?
Oh, I would go for McGregor.
Right, McGregor, okay.
I would probably pick McGregor.
Right.
Gorham had these moments, but McGregor was always
Just
a bit.
Stick to the ones you're picking, Nick.
Right back. Dig about me that. Gary Stevens.
Okay.
Centre defence. Richard Gough, a country mile.
4-4-2, how are you setting this up?
I'll go 4-4-2. It probably makes it easier.
4-2. Come on now.
What?
I've went for a 4-4-2.
All right,
Can we
mate.
do it? Can we do it?
No,
Can we
you
not
just...
pick a player each as we're going? Because this is...
Aye. I was going to say that. Can we know? He tells you the goalie, and I tell you my goalie, and he tells you his right back, and I tell you no.
Okay, so
take that.
different.
All
Obviously,
right,
be different.
right. So he's went for McGregor and goal. Who you went for?
Anybody that wears a black armband for his granny dying has got to be in there as a hard man. So I'm going for Andy Gorham.
How old was his granny?
What can they tell you? I know you boys and Masonic guys have got something else they can say there, but anyway. Yeah, I mean, there he's at it again, eh? I'm going for Andy Gorham.
He wore brown shoes anyway, I'll tell you that.
Right, okay, so we'll get Gorham and McGregor. Oof. That's like choosing between one of your wains, isn't it? Right. Right, Gorham for a spell, I think Southside said it on here, was arguably the best goal in Britain for a couple of seasons. But for me, because his longevity with the club, and arguably pushed us towards 2 European finals, even though he never played in the semi-final or the final, I'm going to plump for Alan McGregor. Controversial as it may seem.
We knew you were going to go that way, but your wee mate there with his apron on went for him, so we know you're going to go.
Oh, well, man, I'm just one player. Just let's see. It might end up 6-5.
Listen, I went for McGregor because he was angry all the time, and he would battle for you. He was always going to get stuck in, even if he was booting opposition players when he was booting the ball up the park. Had these mad moments, but
even trying to kick that Partick Thistle player when they made you told to score that goal.
Aye. That's what I'm saying. Didn't want to concede the goal though. But Gorham for me shades it for the simple reason being Andy Gorham was probably the best or one of the best in Britain, and he was in the top probably 3 to 4 in the world at that time in the 2 years that he was playing. McGregor's never been judged that way or mentioned in that type of company in his time at Rangers, although he's a magnificent goalkeeper. So that's why his longevity, and he was a wonderful goalkeeper. But for me, Gorham always was for me there. But
2-1, McGregor, right back. Yeah, Stevie, on you go.
What I've done here, boys, is I've just put hard men into positions. I've no went a right back for a right back. So I've put John Brown as my right back.
John Brown, right back. John Brown, right back.
Aye.
Right, okay. Different Southside. Different, but...
I might have put him left back. He was in my thinking, actually.
You want to move him, Stevie?
No, don't. No. Then you're going to goose me.
No.
John Brown, heart desire, played with his heart on his sleeve. Real utility player for us. And one of our greatest ever eras. He was there, and it was him and Goff struck up a partnership, but I didn't see him coming. Southside in the middle. Who's your right back? Who played right back?
I went for Gary Stevens just because he didn't shrug a tackle or anything like that. He would get stuck in for you. And if you look at him in Tav, Tav might have scored more goals, but I think Gary Stevens was by far the better right back in my eyes.
As far as playing the position right back, I don't doubt that, mate. He's not got the numbers Tav's got, but the most athletic right back I've seen in my time at the club, Gary Stevens. Right, okay. Right. Stevie, you're right. We'll go to the other full back in case we have to swap this about, because if you were saying right back, Gary Stevens would have won it all day long. That's no saying that John Brown's no get heart and guts. So left back, who have you got?
I've got Terry Hurlock.
At left back?
He's got a thou shall not pass.
I told you. Honestly, you're talking about hard men, but we're talking about guys that have got guile, so I've just put them in positions that I think they would do all right. So John Brown at right back, Terry Hurlock left back, and most teams would already be beating the tunnel with they two looking at them.
I don't think Hurlock could kick it with his left foot.
I don't think he can kick me any back. He just blundered everybody, didn't he?
Who did you go for left back, south side?
I was going to put in. I was putting in John Brown. No,
Okay.
but since he's got me in the right back, I'll put in John Gregg. There you go.
Left back.
Aye, why not? Played left back, didn't he, later
He
on?
did. Back end his career, aye. Right, okay. Right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll swap the two there. We'll put John Gregg at right back, John Brown at left back. Does that go with you? And that's one each. How's that, Grabbies?
Aye, that's all right with me.
Aye, okay.
Aye. All right. Yep, all right. Okay, central defenders.
Richard Goff, a country mile.
And who else?
It need to be Terry Butcher. Or Graham. I was thinking of Graham Roberts actually, but
that blend never worked, did it?
And I'll be Butcher.
No, never worked.
No, I'll stick with Roberts. Graham Roberts and Richard Goff.
I went with Butcher and Goff.
Who?
Butcher and Goff. That's who I've got. That's who I went with. Butcher and Goff.
We'll stick with Butcher and Goff then. So that's a back four. John Gregg, Terry Butcher, Richard Goff, and John Brown at left back. Not a lot of pace there, but right. We move into the midfield. So we're going 4-4-2. Who's your two wide men, south side?
We're going middle of the park now. We're talking.
4-4-2. He's got two wide men.
I don't know thought of any wide men yet. It's fitting my criteria. You let him go first.
Right, your two wide midfielders, Stevie.
Two wide midfielders is Ian Ferguson and Barry Ferguson.
He doesn't really get the shape of a football team.
No, because I was having A2 in the middle. Pete's sake, man. No, Barry's a central midfielder. You go and play in the left or something?
Hold on a minute, right? I've got John Gregg as my holding midfielder, right? With Souness next to him, and I've got Ian Ferguson and Barry Ferguson. That's my midfield four, my 4-4-2.
Right, okay, right. So, he's your four then, south side.
He's just fried man up with putting them on the wing. Can't even think now. Because you can't put somebody like David Cooper out there and all that. No, I mean, when they tackle nothing. I'll go with Alberts on the left.
Right.
Because he had a bit of dig about him on the right. Big Ted.
McMahon?
Aye. Big Ted. No, I'm having Souness, but I can't get him in there. He playing the right. Aye, Souness could play in the right side of midfield and on the wing.
And who's your two?
Barry and Ian Ferguson for the one for St Mirren.
Aye, okay. Right. So the twos have went for Souness. Yeah, the twos have went for Barry Ferguson. Yeah?
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Ferguson.
And Ian Ferguson, right. And you went for Alberts, and who was your other one? Stevie?
Aye. Barry Ferguson, Ian Ferguson, Souness and Gregg.
Hey, we'll go John Gregg in the team at right back. So we'll see, right. We'll put Barry in the right of midfield.
Right.
And we'll go with Souness and Ian Ferguson. Fergie sitting, Souness with a free roll. And in the left of midfield, we'll go with Alberts. How's that grab you, south side?
Aye, spot on.
Right. Okay. Up front. Stevie boy.
4-4-2, it would be up front. My two would be Big Duncan and Haitley.
I saw him have a disaster against the AK Athens together. But said we put high balls in. The two centre halves come out by twice the size of the two of them. Aye, but I get what you're saying. South side.
I would have went for Big Duncan, but I would have played McCoy. McCoy was a winner, desire to win. Drove the team. Well, people might think he was the joker, but believe me, he wanted to win week in, week out. So McCoy should have been up there with Big Dunk.
Well, McCoy did every team, but I thought it was a team full of hard men. Some right hard play.
Yeah, Ali laid out Presley on the way back for training. Right, Ali get into fights at Ibrox, mate. He wasn't a mug.
I know, but the kebab shops and all the rest of it, I know that, but come on, man. He wouldn't have been that bracket. You've been every other team, but a hard man, he doesn't come across as a hard man.
Right, on the criteria, went for I'll give you Duncan Ferguson, and just because of the criteria, Mark Haitley, but Jimmy Miller, Colin Steen, loads there. All right, so our teams ended up McGregor, Greg, John Brown, Goff and Butcher, Barry Ferguson, Ian Ferguson, Graham Souness, George Alberts, with Duncan Ferguson and Mark Haitley up front. How's that grab you?
Yeah, the two of them could play. The two of them could play on the deck. I know they were good in the air, but the two of them could hold the ball up and that. As much as the two of them are going to be 6 feet odds up front for you, two big strikers.
I had 3 substitutes: Graham Roberts, Colin McAdam, and Gregor Stevens.
Gregor Stevens, definitely.
Imagine getting into a pub brawl with that lot, man.
That fun. Well done, boys. That was aye. Try to fit them in. Try to get a blend right. Aye, but how do you think my present team be going against that team, Stevie?
Oh, man, you kidding? They wouldn't come out the dressing room. You kidding? Listen, that's what. Oh, I don't want to get into a rant here, right? But listen, I've been watching it for months now. I don't see it. I know. I've watched players putting their players up there, storming early and shouting. I've not seen Rangers players run at the walls to grab anybody, fight with anybody. I've watched us get bullied in games, and there's no guile, and there's no. I just, it's horrible because we've always had 1 or 2 guys in there that are feared guys. No, you wouldn't want to play against them, but everybody wants to play against us. They're just easy pickings now. They're just there's the likes of Kiego and the wee man in the middle of the park, the wee bug-eyed fella, would you call him? McGregor. They're 2'3" with their horns there. If you're a Rangers manager, you're saying to them, so, Lundstrom, see that McGregor, see the first chance you get, put him up there and let him know he's in the game. And you're doing it with Kyogo. The boys are into that. As soon as you give them a tough tackle, that's him gone. Especially the Kyogo fella. You look at him and he falls. Put him right up in the air, and that's him out the game, and he's one of their danger men. None of your players have got it. And I'll tell you another thing. See against Aberdeen, look what that Aberdeen player done to Big Golson. Put him 10 foot up in the air, right through him, took the ball, everything. When have you ever seen our players doing that to anybody? We're 2 nice socks. And I hope this probationary period from now to January, this boy Clement finds out what's happening here and gets a bit of iron in that team. We're 2-9.
Southside.
Aye.
I'm glad he wasn't having a rant.
I was going to pick Gattuso on the bench, Stevie. I thought we Gattuso and Terry Hurlock out there.
Listen,
for reinforcements. But you know what we're getting at, Ox? We've no got any of the players, any type of the players in our team, that's willing to stick the fit in. We've just got guys that when the ball comes in, even our centre backs. If you look at any of the centre backs we even picked, they're no brave enough. No, they're not brave enough. They're not wanting to go and get the bandage on the head and all that. You know, take a kick, one for the team. That's what they should be doing. No, but they're no. So, right, it's right through the team, for midfield and that. We need leaders, as we've said, in the team. So hopefully this guy will get that mentality put into some of this squad that can maybe get some of this mentality, and for the new ones that he's going to bring in, and he gets that siege mentality and all. So everybody knows. Everybody hates us out there. We sing the song, nobody likes us, we don't care, you know. But players have got to understand that. The manager will get it instructed into him. But for me, the manager seems to be a winner. He had success as a player, and he said success as a manager. And he said, and that comes across in his interview. So all he has to do is get that mentality into this club, back into this club, and the players that we sign going forward keep that mentality. And once they see a method, a playing style, and it's working, and it's a winning style, it's easier for everybody to go in the same direction.
All right, we better get these phone lines opened, huh?
Aye, why run? Can I just, what's another thing? You've got a captain at Ropey who wrote in the programme, we all know the story, right? Which tells you a wee bit about him, right? And you've got guys like Bonner. I mean, it must be the nicest creation I've ever known. That creations are usually big, hard, tough players that wire in and whatever. He's just at times you wonder what Bonner's made or not. There's too many of them in that team, and I just hope the new manager. Look, I'm not saying I want a team of maniacs going out to have a pub brawl on a part every week. We've got to get the mixture and the blend right. We've no iron in the team. We need some iron put back into the team. That's all I'm saying.
Well, just out of modern football, do you think you'd have kept all that team on the part every week?
Nah, no, not a chance.
Right, we better.
Many leaders were in that team, but many
Aye,
people led by example or just
Everyone.
wanted to win at all costs.
Every one of them, I think. Every one of them. How many captains and managers and that did you get in there? Obviously, you know, the two up top, Haley and Ferguson, we went for different reasons, you know. Anyway, but fun. Let's get the phone lines open. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye. I don't know as many tackles that. But by the way, be some team to defend against, wasn't it? And you sent Brown, Butcher, Goff up. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys that could score.
Haley and McCoist. Albert's taking them. Huh?
I have a dream, I have a dream.
Yeah. All right, okay. I'm sure that some of the guys of a different generation would have guys like Jimmy Miller in the team.
Aye.
You know.
Oh, there's lots of no even mentioned. I mean, there are guys like Wee Gattuso. Even as a manager, he didn't. Wee Gattuso wrote, players now make me sick. When they get beat now, they get home and play their PlayStations and laugh and joke. He says, I went home and I had to pull the blinds and sit in a dark room to the next game. That was Reno Gattuso's, that was what he thought. You know, that just showed you a lot about the guy. You know what I mean? He played for his wages. He played for the crowd. The jersey he put on, he played for these supporters because they were paying his wages. But no, dear. I mean, they got a wee leg knocked out for weeks and weeks and weeks. Look at that team we've got now. I mean, which roof made the Weetabix?
Another rant. I can feel another rant coming on here soon, right?
You go. Ready to go.
It's true, but I mean, we've had players out already, like Yilmaz, as we said, he's here nearly a year now and he's hardly played.
What about your mate, Kieran O'Neill Dow?
He took a knock, right? A guy will come back and you'll probably find he'll play more than he'll boot again. You know, he's had a knock early doors. That was the.
Does his career and stats lend to that, does it?
Maybe it Disney. Maybe Disney. But
he's another one that I would put in the coward bracket. That's what I'm going to say. There's too many, far too many of them. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to ask you to use a question, right? Ever captain James Henry Tavernier? Now, I'm just saying because he's a captain, he's a leader, he's the inspiration when you're getting beat 1-0, he's the guy meant to get them gone. Have you ever seen James Henry Tavernier grabbing anybody with a shirt on the park? Or even running out and getting somebody verbal abuse in the team, saying get your finger out? Never, ever, ever have I seen it. Never, ever.
I don't think you're fair there, mate. You'll not see anybody do what happened 20, 30 years ago. That's gone out of football. I see Tavernier shouting and a lot on the park. And when we need a goal and you're talking about energy in big games, that guy puts himself on the line and goes up. No, is he a right back with Gary Stevens? No, he's no, but he's a different kind of leader. I think we've got to watch. We'll not realise what we've got. He's gone. His time might be up. His time might be up, but that's a different debate.
Ox, he's been a great servant. But are you telling me, James Tavernier, I'm asking you personally now, right? Are you telling me that James Henry Tavernier's a Rangers captain? He's never a defender in his life and he's never a captain, but he's a great servant to our club.
If you compare him to the guys we named, Greg, Butcher, Goff, Barry Ferguson, but in this era, the way the game's played, is he a captain? Yes. If you go back 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, no, he's no. But the game's changed. Southside.
I disagree. He's never a Rangers captain in life.
I think he leads by example, as they all say. He did at the start of the season when the team was bad. He was getting up and nicking his goals and scoring the goals. He's no what I want to see, Stevie. I want to see him point a finger on that and call them out. Sometimes he'll turn around and you'll see him mouth off slightly to goals, but seems to be they two bits at each other because the goal always comes down the right hand side and usually one of them's to blame. So they usually look at each other and one puts his hands up in there and just shrugs his shoulders. It's no, you can't run across every time, right? I get what you're saying, but for me, no, he's no the hangmate. He's no what I want to see. I want to see him call people out when they've made a mistake and start shouting when things aren't going right. And when we need to put that tackle in, he's the guy that goes out and puts one of the tackles in because he doesn't tackle either, but it's stuff that we want, Stevie, to see in this team and squad going forward, but we'll get some of it, but we'll never get what we really want.
Listen, I'm going to say my bit, and I'm not running the guy down. Yes, he's a captain the way he leads off the park, and the way he keeps his cell in shape, and he keeps out the media and all the rest of it. Yes, he's not a leader on the park, Southside. I've got to disagree. And see what he wrote in that programme about being feared, about playing against Celtic. You telling me that's a Rangers captain? Absolutely not. That's not what I want for a Rangers captain.
We might put this to the vote in a minute, and I'll have a casting one. Evening, Robert. How are we doing?
Even not here, Stevie and Southside. Listen, I'm not going to get involved in this captaincy. I'm not going to get involved in it because you know how I feel. How many captains led us to a European Cup, a European final single-handedly was the top goal scorer in Europe that season? That's all I'll say. So I don't really want to talk about it. Because I'm sitting here stuffed. I've just had a spicy chicken pizza, chips and mixed decor, and I wish you were here to help me eat it, Big Stevie. I'm absolutely full. My wife's in season night shift tonight.
Run us by that again. Wait a minute. Right. What was the pizza?
A spicy chicken pizza? Spicy chicken pizza, I think you call it. Or Gary orders it up for us all here. I don't know, but I just ate it. Mixed decor and loads of chips. Too much to go by, but anyway, there you go. but listen, I'm going to pull you three up. Right, I know you are talking about a team full of hard men, and I think you slightly mentioned one of them. But I'm going to put the two names on. What about Alex McDonald, one of my Rangers heroes growing up? Alex McDonald. He might have only been 5'8" or whatever, but you don't get a harder player than that. You don't get a player that plays with the heart that he does. And I'm going to give him a number one choice. Super Alistair McCoy. You'll never get a harder or a better Rangers player. Because to me, Super Ali was the greatest Rangers player that I've ever seen.
Southside.
I didn't put him.
But I had McCoist in it, Robert. So I did.
Go to Southside. Southside, he's a great Rangers. He's the greatest Rangers striker of all time.
Aye, I know. But as we were saying, because he was a winner, we we're just talking about people that maybe put tackles in. Wasn't he scared of a tackle? Do you know, we were trying to mix it like that. Otherwise, we would have had a player like Bobby Russell on your team, Davy Cooper, Laudrup and all that. Do you know what I mean? But we're just talking about...
Wasn't your greatest ever team, Robert?
No, it wasn't to pick like who was your best ever 11 hardmen, Robert. It was just piecing it together, like, just off the cuff, mate.
But Super Ali never shirked a tackle. Look how when he came back for he broke his leg and he scored that wonder overhead kick against Hibs. Super Ali never shirked any challenge. And by the way, in the dressing room, it's a well-known fact, yes, Goffey might have had him up against the wall, but he also had Goffey up against the wall, and he would have answered back to Walter and Archie if he didn't think they were right. Super Ali was a total leader, and he played with it. He's the heart of a lion, and that's why I love him so much. And to me, he is your greatest goal scorer. And to me, as your greatest player, and you know how much I love Laudrup's my hero and the most skillful player. But I can't see by Super Ali McCoy. I think he was the greatest, and I think he was the hardest as well.
Robert, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is there any of that pizza left?
Stevie, honestly, I'm not kidding on. That Gary brought it, and my wife's a nurse and she's on a night shift tonight, so Gary, we get a carry out on a Wednesday, and he brought this humongous pizza with these chips and all these mixed pecoros.
What he's telling us, he's not allowed that when his wife's about, so his wife's when his wife's Gary get the pizza and the pecora and the chips.
Hello.
Yes. Stevie, I'll send you a slice off.
Robert, I'll cut across you. We've been joined by Gordon. Evening, Gordon. How we doing?
Hi, how you doing?
All right, mate.
I was just listening to you earlier on here, game Duffy versus the teams and what.
Aye, hard team. It was a hard team.
A lot of hard players in that. What you gave, like a lot of good players in that. What you gave, but there's only one team you can pick. So a different era.
Aye.
Switchy, Shearer and Caldo, Greg McKinnon and Baxter, Henderson and Millen, Miller, Brand and Wilson. That was a team.
Aye. Do you know how many times they played together?
How many times they played together?
Aye.
I kind of wasn't there every week, but mainly
as a group, that group, do you know how many times that team played together?
3 times or something.
Just have a guess, Gordon. Don't worry.
Have a guess. I would say the middle 60s up to the probably 70s.
I think that group.
Well, 60s up to 67.
I think that team only played together 8 or 9 times, mate.
Did they?
Aye.
Well, I must have seen them there than that then.
No, there was always one missing, but I think that's the team that people rhyme off. But it's a famous team with some tremendous players.
Well, that's the first team I can. Well, for going back a wee bit further, like that's the main team, like you know.
Well, my great grandfather used to tell me about it. And
I'm not as old as that.
Aye, I've got a photograph of that team actually in a frame, and they're sitting in front of the old mate. They're sitting in front of the main stand.
I think I was told they only put together 8 or 9 times or something like that. I'll get it.
It's less than that. It's only 3 or 4, I'm sure.
Oh, it's more than that.
Oh, 3 or 4 times. Get it checked out. I'll go for less.
I'll hear you got back to Ranger a New Era book and just have a look at that one.
You've got to remember it through that time. David Probin played a lot of games, and then Josh McLean came in at the start of it.
That's right, aye.
Guys like Alex Scott were in the team, yeah?
Aye.
You know?
Aye. Well, during that period in Wee Henderson, I signed Hart Hall now, but I used to came to where Wee Henderson came to Caldersbrooks and only stayed a couple of doors to him. when I stayed in Caldershoot, like so. But that was the main team then.
Aye, but the boys weren't again out their greatest team or their greatest team. Whatever.
No, I know that. I know. I'm saying that.
Right. They were getting a team of killers, Southside.
Oh.
It was just naming some players that we've seen and watched over the years, and they had determination, the winning streak. I mean, can you imagine Barry Ferguson? You want somebody like him, Ian Ferguson, that was there. No, somebody that would go and make sure that he were dragging that team. He wasn't taking any nonsense. Everybody was in it together, and there's a lot of lack of fight in that in our team, in that squad.
So, in your team now.
Aye, we were just, that's what we're saying, we were just mixing it up a bit tonight just before we come on. It's just a wee quick idea thing, and just for the players, you know. So, if we had any of the players in your team, imagine we had a Richard Goff at the back, a Terry Butcher, or that, somebody dominating in the air, wins balls, scores goals in opposition areas as well as defend. And tackles, mate, exactly, but you got it 100%.
Aye. We just need grit in the team, really. No, for the last number of years, just need grit in the team.
Nah, you're right. Totally right. That's what I'm saying. Like, see when you go to Motherwell and you can't get playing football for them kicking you off the park and putting 10 men penalty box. The bottom line for me is sometimes football doesn't get you over the line. Sometimes you know the dirty side of the game to get you the 3 points.
And the guys that you mentioned yourself is no great players, but hard players.
That's it.
I'm not saying
there's some great players in there if you think about it.
I know that they were hard players too, like.
Guys like Terry Hurlock you're talking about, wasn't he really a great player, but he was hard, you know.
Aye.
Can I ask you a question?
You come, Robert.
Now, we're talking about modern day football, right? And see what you're talking about all these guys 30 years ago and they get away with it nowadays, right? But see if we'd signed, say, Lewis Ferguson, who we all wanted, and we should have signed him. See if we'd signed Lewis Ferguson in this modern day Scottish football with the referees that we have got. Many times, guys, do you think Lewis Ferguson would have been sent off now if we'd signed him, say, at the start of last season? Many times, do you think he'd have been sent off?
That's a great point, right? But I'll tell you, see, as soon as you pull that blue jersey on, you're always getting booked anyway, mate. It wouldn't matter if it was Lewis Ferguson or somebody else.
Well, no, but that's just an example, Steve. It happened with Ryan Jack, didn't it? Happen with Ryan Jack. So, football, Oxford was right earlier on. Football has moved on about captains shouting and grabbing people by the throat. No, that doesn't happen now, because as soon as that happens, they're going to their agent or going to their lawyer and look into this. So football has changed, and I don't think it's changed for the best. That's all my opinion.
Well, let me come in, Stevie. Let me come in. Gordon, we've checked that out. We think it's between 6 and 8 times that team played together.
Aye.
Yeah. Aye. But you've got to remember that there have been games where Jordan Niven would have played and David Cloven would have played. Aye. That actual group of players, the famous team, only went on the park.
Aye.
Aye, there you go. It's surprising, isn't it?
Oh, aye. Well, it's always a team I've always see, I went. It was the first team, probably. Maybe even some before that.
Was that the 1964 treble winning team? I'll just check that out. But there you go. You learn every day's a school day, yeah?
Aye.
Stevie, in you come, mate. So I was just going to say, Robert, it's a great point that Robert brought up at the fact that you've got VAR now, and if you had a team like them, being Southside mentioned, full of kickers and killers, they wouldn't be in the park now, because they just keep rewinding. You know, he's punched him off the ball, you know. So the game has changed. I get that, but Robert, please, you go to these games. Some of these games we're bullied, mate. Some of these games you're watching Rangers players jumping out the road, ducking out the road of balls, ducking out the balls that are getting into the net.
We've had it confirmed. 6 times. 6 times.
What did I tell you? I told you that.
You said 3. When did 3 become 6? Right.
Okay. I thought I
2
said
3s,
so.
2 3s or 6. Right. The team in that 64 Scottish Cup final, just so you know, Gordon was Ritchie, Shearer, Provan, Greg
right.
McKinnon, Baxter, Henderson, George McLean, Jimmy Miller, Ralph Brand, and Davy Wilson. Yeah. So even the day they won the treble.
Miller was a great centre.
Aye, Jimmy Miller getting a lot of teams. One of my wee mates.
Aye. Anyway, thanks for taking my call. But I want to give you one thing before I go, right?
Aye.
And I would give you my team, the new I'd pick before, if they're all fit.
Listen,
Butland.
Dessers and Lammers in it, you can hang up.
It's no. There's no one in it. No. I've got,
everybody's got a clean slate.
Butland, Sterling, Suter, Balogun, Yefeko or Devine. The wee guy Devine had a great time when Barisic was in international duty. And that was him playing out of position. So, and I've seen Yefeko and the friendly with who did they play? Olympiacos. And I thought the guy is a decent player and put a tackle in. Anyway, we'll get to the next bit. I would put Tavernier, Cervantes, Raskin, then I would say Cantwell, Sima and Matondo. Now, that's providing they're all fit. You could add Danilo and all that as well, like Ken.
Is that a team for Saturday?
Oh, you never know.
Well, I think Matondo's injured, Balogun's injured, Sarmientes is injured.
Is Balogun injured, is he?
Aye, he's injured, aye. Southside.
And Sarmientes is injured, aye.
Aye, once they're off it, it'll give him a dilemma, but I think we've still got a good few on the sidelines, mate, to be honest.
Aye.
You know. That's the problem.
I think it's time, just for a change. No, it's all right saying Tavernier scored 107 goals, 108 goals. But we've conceded that at the back in that position, for the right wing every other week.
I'll let somebody answer that. Robert?
Right, it's all right saying he scored 107 goals and 112 assists, right? But you can't just blame one guy for the goals coming down the right-hand side. What about the guy that's meant to be covering for him when he's attacking and he's going forward? Where's the lazy player that should be covering for him? So, and I'm sticking up for him, right? I'm sticking up for him because I think we've got a lot more bigger problems than James Henry Tavernier. That's all I'm going to say about it. What about your injury-prone players like Jack and Ruth and all that play 5 games a season compared to a guy that plays 60 games a season? So I think you ought to look further than James Henry Tavernier. That's only my opinion.
Anyway, we've been joined by Andy Fervin. Evening, Andy.
Right, anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Cheers, Gordon. Nice to speak to you,
mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
How you doing, big stuff?
Right.
How you doing, Ox? Stevie and the big man, the south side, and your Robert, the famous Robert. Hello, you still hear me, aye?
Is that your hearing aid?
Carry on.
No, I mean, listen, I'm still in the villa in Fort of Ventura. Do you worry about that, Stevie? I'm going to give you my team, by the way. Hi, Biggins. I'm going to give you my team. And then I'll not want too long, all right? So I'm going with 6 hard players and 4 flair players because I think that this team could decide on the park. I can wait the full 11 heat bangers and we'd end up with 6 seen aside, you know what I mean? So, in goals, can you hear me okay, Ox, aye?
Yeah. Carry on, mate, carry on.
Andy Gorham, and we've got right back is Sandy Jardine, and then we've got Sir John Gregg, left back. We've got the big butcher in the golf, the 2 centre halves. And we've got to our flair players now. We've got Loudrup and Cooper, Wee Durant and Gaza, and up front, McCoy and Haley. I think this team would have stayed apart, but we had enough hard men in that team to destroy any team. What do you think, boys?
By the way, Gaza was a winner and all. Southside, then Steve.
Aye.
Aye, you got it right when you talk about flair players, Andy. You know, we didn't put the flair players in because we were just talking about players that we thought always gave their all and that. And as Robert said earlier, and I said, I thought McCoist was a winner, I know, but and could maybe put the tackle in here and there. But aye, that's a good team you've picked, mate. It's just that that's what we lack in it. Well, this squad, it's not so much a team. The whole squad lack a leaders, winners.
Aye.
People that want to run that extra bit, and as Stevie alluded to earlier, when one of your players takes a sword, some of your players spurring about them, you know, making sure that it's the last one, and sometimes you might have to give them a bit of verbals before you're coming out the tunnel. Doesn't matter what way you do it, even if you go to noise them up on the park, they've all tried it to against us, and sometimes they've got a reaction out of our players. But we need to have that. Aye.
Southside, can I say something? McCoist and Gaza, I thought in the cup final, Gaza went for he went for a whiskey half time. They ended up winning 4-1 or 4-2, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they were fighting each other. They're fighting each other in the park. The two were fighting each other, end up kissing each other in the park. You know what I mean? But they had each other, and they're falling out. Could do in the tunnel at half time. When do you ever see that with your team? When do you? Is it? You imagine a big golf getting a hood of somebody, like you get your finger out your backside. You know what I mean? That's not happened. That's not happened the last 15 years. I've been watching Rangers for the 60s. You know what I mean?
Andy, how did you know Hunter CV into Ibrox?
I should have, Biggin. I should have.
That team you picked is a brilliant team. It's got a blend. It's got a blend of football players.
It's got a blend of flair and hard men, Stevie. You know what I mean? I could be a half team talk for that mob, but I'm telling you, you just got to hold them. What's all about? The folk, listen, I've got Paul in Northern Ireland. They're travelling for 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock on the Saturday morning. They're not getting home to 8 o'clock in the morning. The boys for London, driving up every weekend to watch that shower of crap. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
Andy, what do you think of the new manager?
I think he's doing all right. He's experienced. That's Oxy's experience, and I like to cut his jib. Bill was a hit and a miss. He was an easy option. You know what I mean? He didn't have to in Gio. I think it backfired on him. So you reap what you sow in my life anyway. You reap what you sow. So he did the game. He did the job a month before Gio was getting the sack. He was up there at Loud and all that, and living at large. But I don't dislike the guy. I think he's still Rangers at heart, but this boy seems quite hard, and he's going to be taking his time. And I'm glad he kept Stevie and Alec Ray on board to get to adjust to the Scottish football. And I'm glad Graham Souness was involved too, because Souness would have told him a few home truths. Nobody likes us, we don't care. I'm quite glad that Souness was involved with the process, because he would have put him straight. And I think the boy, he's a lot of respect for Graham Souness, because obviously he knows he's a legend. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's the thing. But I met the big. I was doing in the bar in Fortentura. I met a big Colin last week. So we're having a pint on Saturday for the Hibs game. So big gentleman.
Who was that? Colin, did you say?
I met Colin last Saturday. At St Mirren game. The boy owns the bar.
He would have got a lot of people's hard players there.
Aye. That's my. I'm going back to him. My brother was Colin Steen fan. I was a Wally Henderson fan, and my best pal was Willie Johnson. So I met two of them. I had to make me budget. I met me Henderson a few times. First time I met Colin, but I missed me Bud by a couple of weeks. He was there about 6 weeks ago, so I missed him. So no, I was a big gentleman, and he couldn't be any better. I said, "Get my photo to me, Colin. You want to go outside, big man?" I said, "No, I'm just sitting here." He says, "Oh, brilliant." I mean, I met his sweet lady, bought him a couple of drinks and that. So, big gentleman. Seen the 6-year-old now. I didn't realise how old he was, but you forget these things. We all move on. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So
I believe we Bud's on his best time of his health at the moment. Yeah.
I've never met wee Bud. I like wee Bud. Aye, he's some player. But that's for team anyway. But it's a good show. The two legends are on the night, isn't it? Legends.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh.
Aye. I love a good TV show. I mean, the boys sitting out in the patio. Another week to go on the holiday, and that's us. We're heading next. A week exactly. Day we're heading home. So
I can't wait to him. His age, Southside, will go away for 2 months.
Aye,
I know.
Certainly enjoying yourself, Andy.
Hey, Southside. When I phoned the big the last time, I was like Frank Brown. No, I'm like Evie Madine. But no, I'll tell you. Back in day, when I arrive at Glasgow Airport, they'll pick me into that thing. They'll be ask me, "Where are you here for the full week?" Aye, you know what I mean? No, it's unbelievable. No, it's good. It's a good holiday. I met a good few Rangers boys doing the bar and that. So the good ladies. I know. But I'll hang up now because I don't want to take too much of your time up. But hey, the best show in town. Listen to that every night. I've been listening to it. Well, better for nights I've been out, but I've been listening to it a few nights. Even the wife, she's quite interested now because we got a new manager. Because the last time we came, Bill was still the manager, and then he got sacked, and we got a new manager. But the boy, that's it. That's been announced. Bill's away, and then Clement's here. But I like the cut of Clement. I think he'll do all right. I don't go take any prisoners. But he'll just take it. He'll take it easy. He'll not be just like you're getting bagged. It'll be as it comes. But he's got to tell them all. You here or you're not here. And if you're not here, on your bike, you know what I mean? But you never know. Hello.
Andy, before I know we're coming up the tube, before you go, pal, can I just say something to you, pal? Hope you're enjoying your holiday, but can I just say something quickly? I love your passion for the Rangers, pal. And can I just say, see that team you mentioned earlier on, Andy? See that team was playing in season 92-93. Rangers would have went more than 44 games undefeated, and we wouldn't have been cheated out a European Cup final. What a team you mentioned, Andy. Good to hear from you, pal.
Hey, Robert, you're right enough. I remember that 44 games undefeated. I was arguing with a wee one of the boys the other side. I was in the pub in Irvine. He goes, you get beat today. I says, well, that's only 44 games if we get beat. I said, I'll take that next season, no. And they shut him up straight away. No, Robert, I love your passion too. I love listening to you. Because I'm on I do night shift, so I don't always get phoning in. But I listen to the show every night.
When I'm 10 months of the year.
Aye, 10 months of the year. I know. I save up my holidays. So I save my holidays up. But
He does his night shift as Santa Claus, Stevie.
Aye. Ho, aye, right. You know how Santa Claus's day wanes, by the way. He only comes once a year and he puts in your stocking.
Family show.
I'm sorry, I can't use the jokes. Listen,
that's all right, mate.
I love you and leave you. And I'm sorry if I'm ranting and raving, but I'm enjoying my holiday. Another week to go. But you'll never recognise me. I don't know. I'll come to one of your fundraisers next year. Definitely me and the boy and the nephew and that will definitely come over and meet you. So I love to meet you in the flesh because you're a great bunch of guys, and I admire you. You're on every time. Anytime you're on during the week, anytime that you're while you're on holiday, breaking news, everything, and big South Side, Stevie, you're Robert. Old Jer, the lot, old Bob Jer, Dave, old Davey, and them all. I love every one of these. And some characters, by the way.
Cheers,
right,
Andy.
All right, love you. Take care. I'll speak to you when I come back. Half my holidays. Okay, good night, Trips. Good night.
Good night.
All the best, Andy.
A few yellow kids in there, but we'll let him away because he's on his holidays. Get yourself a mute because we're going to have a tune.
Sing and marching on through the years of history. Heads held on high. How far the jersey they would do or die. Oh, fight for right. Play the game with a badge of glory. Win, lose or draw, the Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true. On the wicket cheer the boys in blue, oh, follow they will, marching on through the song of glory. We'll lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. Have you seen the Glasgow Rangers? Have you seen the boys in blue? Well, they're admired by all who know them. If you knew them, so would you. For they have played with Monaco, they have played in the USA. But the greatest game in history is the game on New Year's Day, for it's the home of famous heroes, and their praises they have been sung. Willie Waddle, Tory Gaelic, Alan Morton and George Young. And when all my life has ended, and when death has made its mark, will you scatter all my ashes on the slope of Ibrox Park? And what the angels I'll be singing up in heaven, there up above, I'll be singing, follow, follow, to the Rangers that I love. And with my flute I will be playing in the valleys and the glens. I'll be happy and contented when the Rangers win again. See them march on, marching on through the years of history. It's held on high, how far the jersey they would do or die. Fight, fight for right, play the game with a bat of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true. On the wicket cheer the boys in blue, oh, follow they will, marching on to the song of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. Win, lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right, I think we've got another couple of central defenders we might be throwing in the mix here.
Aye, I get it's amazing people listening, and I get one or two texts. Well, Willie Woodburn and Bobby Shearer I never saw, and Big Moshney.
Mostly
Tam.
not, but Tam Forsyth.
Aye, I got a text in, somebody saying Tam Forsyth and all, and I got another one for the left wing or right wing, but probably left wing, Willie Johnston.
Aye, Wally had these moments on the pitch outside that.
Aye, McMaster will testify to that, won't he?
Aye, remember that. Just in front of the West enclosure, remember that.
Aye, step to him.
Accidentally tripped. Right, aye. Big Stevie here. Oh, I'm worried about him south side.
He's probably still having the half-time entertainment. Food
Yeah,
selection.
Buffet. He ordered one of the pizzas.
Robert's on his way round.
I'm still here. I'm still here. And here's another name about David Robertson. What a great left back and hard player he was.
Hugh Burns.
What's that?
Hugh Burns. Hugh Burns.
Another guy, I mean, there's a couple of guys that you go back to that time. Kenny Black, wasn't it? Kenny Black.
Aye.
When he came into the team as a boy, he could look after himself. And a guy who's joined us tomorrow night, Robert, who was a hard player on the park, Dave McKinnon.
Oh, the wee ginger-headed guy. Oh, loved him. See him. What I liked about him, like McCall, like Candace, go out there and leave everything on the park and give you 110%. Dave McKinnon, he played in do you know yourself, guys, he played in a really poor Rangers team with 10,000 fans there, less than that. But you know what? He gave his all. What a crank player. I think he went to play for Partick Thistle at one time as well.
Oh,
but
he was
Aye. He was a crank player because he gave his all, and that's, see, as Rangers fans, that's all we want. You might not be the most skillful or the best player in the world, but see if you go out there and you leave everything on that park, we can accept that, and that's all we're looking for with this present team.
Well, he's got a book and he's coming to join us tomorrow night, Robert, on the show.
Oh, that'd be good. I'd love to phone in and talk to him, because I'll be honest, Yoxie, I'm not just saying it because you've mentioned it. It was like we Stuart McCall and we Candace and guys like that. I love players like that do the role, and it was one of my favourites, I must admit.
I hope he's listening and be made up.
I maybe phone in and say hi.
You've started something right, Big Stevie. You've started something right.
Listen, see what Robert's just said there, man. Robert's 100% right. See if we see the team leaving everything out there, getting in for tackles and no ducking out the road of the balls and sticking up for each other and playing as a team and getting everything, you don't mind. But come on, man. I mean, I think it was Robert that mentioned guys like Ruth. We're seeing him 3 games and then he misses 6, then he's back for a game, then he misses 2. And I mean, what these guys made it? The whole team's like a whole pool of players is like that. It's unreal. I mean, you pull that jersey on, man. You need to be strong. You need, it's a mindset when you pull that jersey on. And everybody hates you when you pull that jersey on. People have got to remember that. And you're hated for the top to the bottom. And I mean, even out in the streets, you're snarled at for wearing that jersey. And we all know the reason why. And somebody has to make sure these players understand that in every team they play against, we'll just put it as Celtic-minded people in every team that we play in that Scottish League, and they're out to lie, cheat, scratch, and kick you all over the place for their reasons because they're Celtic-minded. We've watched teams hating themselves from the inside out to beat the Rangers. They do it even with the ticket allocations.
Did he tell us he wasn't going to rant tonight? Did I hear that, Southside? Did I hear that?
He did. But he's 100% spot on. But, and that's the mentality that the club needs to get. Even the board of directors and everything, they need to stand up for us and know and not take any nonsense when stuff and rubbish get printed in the papers about it. We need to be proactive on this now. But first and foremost, we need to be proactive on the park. That's what we're talking about. We need to get this squad to realise that they're playing for Glasgow Rangers, and that's what, and they're hated by everybody.
This squad will get busted rapidly.
They will, Ox, but there'll be one or two or whatever will still survive at it. But going forward, it will break up. But while they're here, the new Ox, it's a here and now. And this manager, the manager felt, come on, right, he knows what he's going to do in the short to long term, but we need results, and these players need to be out and winning on Saturday, and we'll judge them by, like you said, there's an example, like Robert said, Dave McKinnon ran about that park, tried his heart out. You could always say never cheated in the Rangers jersey. Stuart McCall was another one. I'll even say Fashion Sakala. He went out there and he ran about to get stuck in. You couldn't turn around and say that he didn't try. Big Dado Puzzle, Lloyd Ashore, he worked hard for you, ran. Big Kolak was the same. Put a lot of effort in, ran about up front. But these are the type of what you need. You need them to be all in, and you want that type of mentality and players in your team. You always carry a flair player here and there that might not work as hard as others, and you can accept that. But at the now, we can't accept any of that. We need 11 warriors and 11 people who are willing to run through brick walls now for this new manager. And secondly, for themselves, the club and the support. You know, that's the thing. And they'll be judged on Saturday by how much effort they put in, how much running about today, and how much we see. There'll be massive changes, but they're going to have application, heart and desire on Saturday, and that better not be lacking in any of them.
Stevie, did he tell us he wasn't going to run tonight?
Yes, I'm not the only one. That's brilliant. Can I just say something? The worrying thing for me is I'm going to fling my hat in the ring and say that European result there against that Limassol mob, that's the worst Rangers performance I've ever seen. There was nobody playing for the jersey. Nobody playing. There was no fight or die. There was nothing. No guile, no nothing. It was just terrible. And the worry I've got is this manager's taking these bunch of lambs on, and he's got to try and get something out of them that Michael Beale never. That's my worry. And these guys have really got to January to show this manager if they really want to be here. And I'm telling you now, I can honestly fling my hat in the ring and say, I don't know what the pool is. What is it, 20 odds just for talk's sake? I don't know what the pool is, 18. What is it now? I would say... I'd be saying, out that pool of players, you'd be lucky if there are 8 of them left in January, if I had my way.
No, that's not going to happen, mate. You've got to be realistic, but there's going to be a lot of changes coming.
I know you've got to play them. I know you've got to keep them to play them.
You've got 8 players' contracts up. Some of them could move on. Other ones make surprises and go. You might got offers for others, but listen, there's going to be a big change coming, but nobody's rapid about 25 guys leaving the club in January. I don't think that'll happen. Anyway, what about Foxy's tune tonight? Was it quite apt or what? We usually forgot what the tune was, wouldn't you?
I must admit.
The Glasgow Rangers story.
Aye.
Aye. I'll be listening to that when we're going up in the bus, Stevie. That's nothing new. It's a good tune, isn't it? It's always getting played.
Hold on, Southside. Jamba, he's my fluter.
Stevie, can I say one thing to you, pal?
Yes.
And I don't have to say this to you, Oxtail. I don't have to say this to you, Oxtail Southside, because you already know why we're the most hated club the rest of fans of Scottish football, because Rangers are the establishment, and Rangers are the most successful club in the world, and Rangers have the most loyal fans in the world. So there you go, Steve. That's the reason we are the establishment. Like Man United are the establishment club, England, and they're hated, and that is, to me, is the reason. And you know what, Steve? I love that. I love that we're no liked amongst after our fans. I like the fact, because we always say, bring on the challenge. And do you know what? Hopefully this man's going to come in and this man's going to grasp it right away, unlike Beale couldn't. This man's going to grasp it, because I love the way he's talking. See this? He's an animal of football, and he wants tomorrow to be better than the day, and he wants to win everything. I want to hear that. And I'm like that here for Philip Clement. That was a great... See that 32 minutes the other day with him and James Bigrove? I love listening to that, and I know talk is cheap, But I think this man is going to get it for us, and he'll not be a fool, and he will say, no, you're injury prone, you've not done it, time for you to move on, I need change, and he'll bring us in legs, he'll bring us in height, because see this signing guys at 5'7" and all that, I'm sorry, no, that's not the Rangers I grew up with. The Rangers I grew up with was big, powerful men, guys that would...
Well, Tom, well, wait a minute, big, powerful men. You come on to have a go, it's about no mentioning Alec McDonald.
Aye, right, but Alec McDonald is a powerful man, because he might have only been 5'9" or whatever he was, but he was a powerful man. Right, that's fair enough, but he was a powerful man on the pitch. He had a heart of a lion.
Who did they play next to?
No, Bobby McKean.
Tommy McLean.
Aye, we Tommy McLean the wing. Aye, I know. Right, I'm not saying that. That's okay. It's okay to have wingers at 5'7" and all that. But see in the middle of the park and at the back and up the front and at your goalkeeper, the spine of the team's got to be all powerful. Guys over 6 foot. That's all I'm saying. Of course, I want to be Tanner Ball. Oxford, we've been loads of Tanner Ball players. Davy Wilson, all these kind of guys. Willie Henderson, Alan Morton, getting away back in the days. We've had loads of Tanner Ball players, Tommy McLean, Willie Johnson, Davy Cooper. You can round them all off. We've had hundreds of them, right? And I'm not saying no have that, but the spine of that team, I want power in there, because that's what Glasgow Rangers are. Britain's #1 team, and I want that bit of Britishness in our team, that power. But that big boy for England last night, that big boy Bellingham, I want 3. We're not going to get that quality, but I want 3 guys like that in our team. Pure power, quality, and go for it. That's what Rangers. That's what I was brought up as a Rangers fan. We're right in amongst it, and we don't lie. We're in these trenches together, and they go for it. And that's what's lacking in our team nowadays. We've got too many players that are tippy-tappy, too many players that don't know how to wear that shirt. And
right.
Oh God, I'm sorry, I went on my rant there.
No more rants tonight. I can't take any more rants.
Right, I'm sorry. Name more rants.
There seems to be a general uplift in the mood. So Philip, come in, Stevie. Can you feel it?
Look, we need something to lift us, don't we? We really need something to give us a lift. And the new manager, it seems to be a bit experienced in that. Yes, the mood has swung a wee bit. We've got something to get behind now. And we're just looking forward to seeing what this man's going to do with his team. But the proof of the pudding is on the part on it. We'll need to see if he's going to get something at them that Beale couldn't. But yes, let's get behind the manager. And I'm like Robert. And by the way, Robert, nobody needs to tell Big Stevie why we're hated, pal. Nobody needs to tell me. No, I'm just a wee bit more diplomatic. I would love to come on this platform and tell you the real reasons why we're hated for wearing that Rangers jersey. But that's football and platform. So we'll keep it that way. But Robert, you know the drill. One night we'll get a wee drink together on Duke Street and we'll discuss it. Okay, old pal? Yes. And the Bells are very optimistic.
Do us a favour, make sure I'm in the West End when it happens. Southside.
Hope you're not Smitty.
I was just thinking when Robert was saying 6 foot players, and I'm thinking, well, Dessers is our 6 foot, Lammers is our 6 foot, Seema is our 6 foot. You know, he put a bit of height into the team, but no, listen, I think Clement will get a chance. He's gave them all a clean slate, right? And we know that in time, a lot of these players that he's given a clean slate to are going to move. But I think he's got a structure and a vision, and he's done it at every club he's been at. It's took him a wee bit of time, and then he's on it, and he's brought success to the Bruges and Genk when they went for him. After he'd been at Beveren, I think it was, for 6 months, and had done a good job there, and Genk took him. So he's had relative success. Didn't work out for him totally at Monaco, but listen, it happens sometimes in management, and PSG are the team that's going to win that league. So we've got him at Rangers, and I think we've got a manager, and I think listening to how he spoke and the questions he was asked and how he answered them, I think was totally different for the last 2 managers we've had even. I liked listening to Gerrard talk, but I think I enjoyed listening to him But most importantly, I think he's going to set out a plan, and he'll get into these players' heads straight away. And I think he'll put certain demands on them straight away. And that's what I want to see. And going forward during the next few games, we'll hopefully see him implement a sort of style of play that we can look to. And hopefully in that time we'll not have any hiccups on the way. And if we do, we just need to take it. But hopefully we will not. We'll get after a winning start on Saturday and hopefully keep it going.
Aye.
No, I like.
On you go, mate. On you go.
No, I like about him, Southside. I don't think he's one of the managers that's going to give much away. And when he's getting interviewed about his team and that, who's going to be playing and who's not. And Bill used to do that all the time. He used to tell you too much. And he used to say, you shouldn't have told them that. They will do look at that and maybe set up different. So the big man's a manager now. He's experienced. He's a winner. And I'm just looking forward to it now, man. And I can't wait till Saturday comes, especially against the Highbees. You know, I can't wait to get into them, man. It's brilliant. Come on, the Rangers. Win, lose or draw. Come on, the Teddy Bears.
Do you think you'll manage a full game, Southside?
Who, Stevie? Manage a full game, do you see? Aye, he'll last the full game, aye. He's not having that.
Aye.
It was not to do with the performance. I think he's burning the candle at both ends.
Aye, well, anyway, just you don't worry about Big Stevie. Big Stevie will be there, pies in hand, giving it his all, singing the songs of bygone days of yore. Don't you worry about that. I'll be singing the A to Z with the rest of the Union Bears, not a young team. I'll be giving it my all for the new manager, getting behind him.
Pies in hand.
Sir, just before I sign out, can I ask the guys at Polar Rangers home away, Big Stephen Southside, and yourself, can I ask these guys, what are you expecting on Saturday for their new manager, and what do you think's going to happen?
Can I go first?
Aye, on you go.
Can I go first? For one, all I'm going to say is, Robert, I'm not expecting anything dramatic. I'll be happy with a Bridgeman on Saturday. I think what we might see over the next few games is a change in shape. We might see a change in shape, but I don't think there's going to be big dramatic changes that we're going to see. So that's just my take on it. We've got to give the guy a bit of time to meet the players, learn how they think, what they're into and everything else, how they play. There's going to be slow changes. There's going to be slow changes, but there's not going to be we're not going to see a team on Saturday that's just going to play like Brazil and beat them 10-0 and all that. Definitely no. A Bridgeman will do me on Saturday and you'll see slow changes.
Fair dues. Southside?
If Hibs come out and if a manager looks at us and thinks I'm going to have a go here at Ibrox, which I hope he does, then I hope when they're trying to get the ball, we have a high press, Robert. I hope if they're willing to try and work the ball out for the back and no punt it long, we will get in about them and try and do a press. I want to see when we get the ball in the midfield to make it get to the player that's standing in space. When we watch it week in, week out, they take touch, and eventually it goes to the hingway. So quick movement, quick pace, and hopefully try and create chances. I think he'll play, this is my own guess, I think he'll play a 4-3-3 on Saturday.
Yeah. Sir?
I'm hoping that Todd Cantwell's fit and starts the game. Maybe if he goes off, if we can, after 60 minutes, and hopefully he's done the business by then. I think he could be the catalyst to help the feel-good factor continue. I just want a tweak, Robert. I want a tweak, and for me, we've got the personnel we've got, and you can't shuffle the pack too much, but the way we played at Ibrox at times under the previous manager in the midfield, mate, I just thought it was just the tactic was poor, the lack of width. So I just want to see things tweaked. I don't think the personnel will change dramatically, mate.
Yeah. And Knoxter, can I say I'll be at the game Saturday, same as you guys, and I'll take a Bridgeman all day long because our manager's going to come into with the players that he's been left with, the players that are injured. But can I just say one thing? I'll sign off tonight. Thanks yourself, Oxford, Big Stevie and Southside. Loved it being on the show tonight. Really loved it. amongst proper Rangers men. And can I just say to all the Rangers fans going on Saturday, the booing time is over with. We've made our point. We've got our wish that we wanted for. It's time to get behind the Rangers and Philip Clement. 51,000 Rangers fans on Saturday. Let's raise the roof off the way we did against teams like the RB Leipzig and teams like that and that Europa League great run. And let's get behind your team and let's cheer us on to a victory on Saturday. Because you know what? As Brisman says, the Rangers really need us. And you know what? Saturday, they need us even more. Good night, guys. Thanks for taking my call. And we are with people. Good night. Good night, guys.
Good night, Robert.
Cheers, Robert.
You think the main course has arrived, Stevie?
Oh, by the way, that sounded nice, didn't it? Mixed pakora with a spicy chicken pizza and extra chips. Oh, my God. He's lucky I don't know his address. I'm bored of taxi. Aye, some man, Robert. And one day, we've said it for God knows how long, but we'll get together and have a wee pint and talk about our team that we love. What a man. What a man. And by the way, everybody's enjoying Dream Team Wednesday. I've noticed that. That's Southside, eh? The young team's not there, the kiddies, eh? Oh, Dream Team Wednesday.
We've done the course and distance, big man. We know what we want. We want passion, we want desire, we want heart in that Rangers team. And that squad's lacked it. So this new manager, mate, this is the guy. He's a guy that'll probably come in. He's got standards. You can tell he's been a winner. He's played in World Cups. He's had success. And he knows that he's just got to get the mentality into the players that have been lacking this mentality. And as much as Michael Beale's brought in the players and they've not showed up yet at all, many of them haven't even showed it. As we said, Lammers has showed glimpses of hanging that, but he's brought nothing to the table. And for us really to see, Dessers has looked abysmal. And we've had injuries and other players, and the whole squad and everything's been out of shape. So he said it's a clean slate, and whoever takes that park on Saturday, mate, all we're looking for is three key elements: heart, desire and passion. And also, let's go out and try and get this victory. It's Hibs we're playing, so there's no reason why we can't be beating Hibs at Ibrox. So that's what I'm looking for.
Anyway, we've been joined by Bob Jar. Good evening, Bob Jar.
Hi, good evening, everybody. How you doing? All right.
Good, mate.
Good evening, Bob.
Good evening, everyone. It's lovely to be here again. Makes my part of the night. Makes my part of the day, actually. I was impressed with your new manager yesterday. I'm impressed with him overall. And in a nutshell, I really think this man's going to do well for the club.
Good.
No said and done. I think he's going to do okay. I think he's got it. He looks, as Robert says a couple of nights ago, I'm sure he said it tonight, he looks like a real manager at last. You know, there's no sort of a differential for him. This man looks like the real deal for me. Whether he can produce it or no, we don't know. We certainly hope so. But I think so. And
I get it.
future's bright, the future Rangers.
I get what you're saying. People are saying they like he cut his jib. He's experienced. That's one of the things. And he's played at a high level, which doesn't always make you a great manager, Southside, but it helps in the dressing room,
Aye, because you'll probably get the respect for players. Bob Jarrett's like when Steven Gerrard walked in, you know, he's going to command respect for the squad that he inherited and the players he was bringing. Giovanni had a bit of that as well. He'd played at the club and he's been a European medal winner, played in World Cup and all that. So he probably commanded a bit of respect when he came in. Michael Beale's a guy who comes in off a textbook, played at Charlton and just talked a good game and that. The players would probably look at him, never even played international level football, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, no saying all coaches can he make a good manager. We just took the gamble. It was a lazy appointment, Bob Ger, and we probably should have went for a proper manager like we're doing now at that time, but we didn't. But I think now we've got to recognise that Bisgrove and Bennett have pinned their hat on to Philip Clement. He's had success. He's won league titles, so there's no reason why he can't do it here at Glasgow Rangers, Bob Ger. And he's got a style and a system and a plan and a thing that he looks for and the attributes of players and what he wants after them. So let's hope that he gets that response. I'm sure he will. He'll command it. And anybody that doesn't hear it will probably be shown the door. So I'm excited about it, mate. Looking forward to him.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll count every managerial appointment. It's no a success. I mean, Alec Ferguson was one result of getting the pool at Manchester United, and the rest is history, as we say. So you've just got to tread carefully, see how the results take us. And we're Rangers, we're built on success, we're built on silverware, and I'm confident this man can bring a degree of success to the club. Definitely.
Stevie?
So we'll see what transpires.
And you come, Stevie?
Aye, I agree with Bob there. He's come on the night again, and he's optimistic about the new signing, a new manager, and I can only agree with what he said. Aye, we all just need to get the shoulder to the wheel, don't we, and get behind the guy. That's the bottom line. Just get behind him and listen. We've got to give him time. As Rob said there, he flung a kind of hand grenade in among us before he went away there, asking us what changes did we think we were going to see on Saturday, you know. And the bottom line for me is you're not going to see a hell of a lot. As Ox says, we want to see a tweak. We want to see maybe something where I never thought he'd have done that. But all a formation or a change of formation during the game, we're wanting to see a tweak somewhere. Just a wee bit of brilliant and get out there running amok. You're not going to see that. It's going to take time. He's a good at speed. Look, you can't buy experience, and the guy's got it in abundance. So let's just see where it takes us.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. Bob Gerrard, it's quite interesting to see what he does with some of the players that we've not been favourable on this season. If any of them can be turned round, yeah.
Everybody seems to be shaking sticks at Dessers and Lammers. I think a lot more was expected of these guys and what we've had. And we'll see what this man can get out of them. We'll see what this man can get out of a few people. It's a new dawn for the club again. And, but then again, we've only had, how many managers now in 151 years?
19.
Yeah, that's a brilliant track record for a club of your magnitude, for a club of any magnitude. And we've got this man, and he seems to be a bit better at stature than what we've had. Gerrard was a great player. Go on all that. Great manager. Well, all right, he won the league, fair play to him. But Gerrard was a great player. That's why he had the durability about him. Van Bronckhorst was as well, but I don't think he's quite hurt it as a manager. I'm quite sure there were a lot of rumblings in the dressing room behind him. You hear rumours, you don't know. Beale was Beale. He just didn't have it. But I think this man does. And he'll bring a good level of organisation to the club. And when he gets his way, he'll bring in a good level of player as well. I've got every confidence in him. Hey ho, on we go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So just getting back to our own the show with that Richie Shearer Calvo team. They played together 6 times. They drew twice. They only won 4 games. There you go.
Aye, it's a team a lot of people rhymed that. Mollman used to mention it and all. But aye, it's amazing that they only played that many games together, isn't it? For everybody to rhyme that team off straight away. Just shows you that there was other players.
What team was that, boys?
Just, on you go, Ox.
Richie Shearer, Caldo, Greg McKinnon, Baxter, Miller, Brandon Wilson.
I'm sure it played a bit more regularly than 6 times up.
That's what they played. That group of players only played together 6 games.
Was that Henderson, McMillan, Miller, Brandon Wilson?
Wilson, aye.
I don't know.
And even you look at the '64 Cup final, mate. George McLean
against Dundee.
They had a decent side. Even that day, George McLean and Davy Provan were playing. So every time Davy Provan played that team money together, and every time George McLean played that team money together, they played a lot of games.
Well, there you go. That's something that sort of my eyes, like, because that was my greatest era with Rangers. I was only a laddie, but I saw that team on a regular basis. Yeah. Only played together 6 times. Phenomenal.
That group of players, and remember every time that George Niven played, Eric Sorensen, yeah.
Well, Alex Sorensen came later on.
I know, but what I'm saying is the group of players, yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great side, a terrific side.
I thought it was less than that. I'm just saying, Bob, Jerry, I thought it was less than that. I thought they played together less than that. I'm sure I was told they played less than that. But anyway, Oxford's done his homework. 6 times they played together.
Listen, if it's right, it's my homework. If it was wrong, it was Fox that told me.
No, well, my wee computer's gone in my head about all the games going back in the day and a wee while, but yeah, I'm really surprised and amazed at that. Only played together 6 times, because that was possibly one of Rangers' greatest ever lineup.
Aye, but I mean, you've got to remember that at times people would be injured, suspended. They all weren't at the club for the same time, you know.
Lee Henderson came in after Alex Scott, right enough. Aye. And Jim Forrest came in after Jimmy Miller.
Jim Forrest, it was his funeral yesterday, Southside.
No, day before.
Monday.
Monday. I passed by Ibrox, fitting for Jim. Hopefully.
Prince of goal scorers.
He gets in the Hall of Fame. Too late in our eyes, Southside.
Aye, you know my feelings on that one, didn't you? And I spoke to a couple of people on it over the last couple of years at the boardroom level and mentioned it, but they never ever seemed to take it any further forward. And now he's passed away. We'll see if they ever put him into the Rangers Hall of Fame. He should have been in it before now, but everybody can suspect why. Probably Davy Berwick, when him and George McLean could have blamed it, but for the amount of goals he scored at Glasgow Rangers and for the age that he signed for Drumchapel Amateurs, and I think he was close to 50 odd goals in one season at Glasgow Rangers. A phenomenal player.
I'll tell you something else. Sorry.
On you go,
Stevie.
Oh, it's just when they said they came for Drumchapel Amateurs, I was just shouting, "Come on, the drum!"
Anyway, just to go back to your point, see that 63-64 season, David Robbins started 33 league games.
He did play regularly, after Eric Calder got the injury at Wembley. Aye. Yes, he did. Big Dorothy Provine, we used to call him. A lot of the boys cried him the brute because he was quite forceful, big Provan. Went on to become the assistant manager at Ferguson at St Mirren. And See, what was I going to say? Christ, it slipped my mind. I'll blame it on Drumchapel Amateurs. I'll come back. Aye. What I was going to say was, it's amazing to think that team only played together 6 times, and it's also amazing to think that Berwick was also in 1967, and isn't it amazing that Rangers went on to a European final that year?
Aye, without Jim
Forrest and Big Dandy McLean, aye. And you never know what happened if they'd have played.
And remember...
Plus, he left Jimmy Miller sitting in the stand, aye.
Aye. Remember, Bob, you're talking about the forwards. Jim Forrest started coming out of the team just after that 63-64 season.
He did, aye.
Yeah, so then that splits up the forward line all the time, you know. It's amazing. If you named the team for 93, you think, oh, that was the team Southside. But McSwiggan and Neil Murray played a lot of games last season.
Aye.
Presley and McSwiggan.
Aye, come in just when the players were probably injured, but aye, you'll have the core of the team, you know, that's usually the 9 that will normally start, and you usually get a team a run of games together, but there's always going to be players in that squad that you need to use, but people forget about them. Even if you think back when you're talking about games, and Dale Gordon come into the team and played in games that people might forget about, you know.
You played at Ellen Road, Dale Gordon.
Sure did.
Did I?
Quite tough player as well, by the way.
Aye, he wasn't the worst we've ever had, aye. Maybe him on the right side of midfield stroke forwards now, Southside,
Aye, even thinking back when you said that, Cammy Fraser was another one. You know, it wasn't the world's greatest, but certainly dared to sell to the Govan stand one time. But but he gets stuck in for you.
Told you the story about that, didn't
Aye. But and I'm sure we went to Parkhead the following week or whatever, and he took a penalty and Bonner saved it onto the post. I think that was even worse. No, but Cammy Fraser, just talk about players that get stuck in. Even Robert Fleck when he played up front, Bobby Williamson, Big McLeish. Remember talking to him one night and said to him, who was one of the toughest players he played against, and he straight away he said Bobby Williamson. He said he just battered you from start to finish. He said me and Wally Miller, he just get stuck right into the toys. No, so something you never really noticed maybe on the park, but for a player playing against them, no, they had a different perspective on it.
You saying him for Clydebank for $100,000, is that right, from memory?
Cooper?
No, Bobby Williamson.
Bobby Williamson.
Aye, Cooper came for Clydebank. I know, didn't we got him for Clydebank?
Aye.
About the same money. I'll check that out. So I said, I think he did come for Clydebank. Aye.
But what did we get Cooper for then?
For the same money, I think, mate. Yeah.
It was the same money, $100,000.
Aye.
Hey, brilliant, $100,000. Yeah. You didn't need to make a bank transaction, they just gives you in a bag.
But one of the ones you named on the bench, Big Colin McAdam, I'm sure we signed him for 160,000 for Partick Thistle.
Big beastie. Oh, what a man. What a man. Unreal, man, innit? You talk about players that just gives you a bit of heart. No, they weren't the greatest, but they stuck in there and done the business. No, that's what we've no got now, and that was the whole topic of the show tonight, Bob J. There's not a lot of that team got a lot of heart, you know. I mean, look at all the players we mentioned there, and then we look at what we've got the new Dezzers and Lammers. Yeah. Where's the heart? Where's the heart and the desire, Bob J? Come on. You're an old bear. I mean, the history lesson we've had tonight. Look at the history lesson, the way Team Wednesday. You come on here, you get taught about the famous Glasgow Rangers. You've got bears like Robert, Big Andy for God's country, guys like yourself. You know, and we're talking about teams, and then you turn around and look at the team for Saturday, and you're going, dearie me.
I'm looking at that 3 weeks ago about the amount of shots that Aberdeen had on goal before the third goal. We were just standing staggering under a disorganised rubble. And it's heartbreaking to think. I don't think this will last much longer, if it does last any longer. No, with this man. This man, as I said the other night, he'll kick it up the proverbial big time. Just give him time, and he will. That kind of stuff will know that. We can't hear the Glasgow Rangers staggering from game to game like that. It just can't happen. I mean, you think back to all these wonderful players, some of them weren't so wonderful, but they wore their heart on their sleeve and they went out and tried their backside for the club. Robert Pritz, he was one of them as well.
Yep.
Dougie Bell, you mind of him? He came in, he did a job.
John McDonald. John McDonald.
Dougie Bell played in some of the game. I think he was still there as soon as his first season, from memory. But 83, Bobby Williams, $100,000, checked it out Southside.
Aye, what's what the big one said. Big McLeish, one of the hardest guys he ever played against in Scottish football.
Dave McCann.
He's on the show tomorrow night, Bob J.
Is he? Is he on the show tomorrow night?
Yes.
Oh, I'll need to come in and speak to him.
No. You need to listen to him, Bob J. You need to listen.
Mm-hmm. I will. I'll get the dug out early tomorrow night.
It's coming on. It started the show tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
Brilliant. It's a bit time with more celebrities on the show.
We got 2 celebrities on the night. Well, they're infamous.
There are celebrities. There are celebrities on the show.
Dream Team Wednesday, Bob J. Dream Team Wednesday. Southside and Steve SS. Yes.
Aye. What a lovely host that guy was there, mate. He was absolutely phenomenal. My favourite time of being hosted on the show, your Southside. Absolutely. He never felt me to say that.
Even the punters want you on the phone so they don't hear you.
Oh.
They were all gabbing away when they came on. It was a delight to hear them phone up, wasn't it, Bob?
By the
Yeah,
way,
as
talking about the
always.
phones
Oh.
on the reception, Big Stevie's never done that, has he? What do you think? He'd be good at it, wouldn't he?
Nope, I've got the temperament for that. Nope. I can't.
I'm sure you'd do a good job.
I
Sure
can't
you would,
be
Stevie.
the football teams trying to phone up a Rangers show. I've not got the temperament for it, lads. But thanks for the offer.
Yeah.
Right. We go back to some of the thing that's come out in the last day or so with the press conference. Never really touching it because we're after a tangent. Brilliant. He intimated that he's going to look at Stephen Davis and Alex Ray, the two of the left, and sort of situ while he gets his feet under the door. A lot of sense in that for me. He likes them, they like him, and it works. Thoughts, Stevie and Southside.
As far as I'm led to believe that Stevie Davis is going to be the number 3, as far as the rumour of what I'm hearing, Stevie Davis is going to be number 3. What role are they going to keep Alex Ray, Hawks?
I don't know. I mean, if you look at Beals, there was about 6 in the coaching staff, so I don't know. I think he's just the sooner we're going to stay in a position in a moment for the next few weeks to see. Let's him have a look and see what he wants. They might not like him because if they don't know each other, Southside. So I don't know the roles. Stevie Davis keeping a number 3, and I don't know what Alex will do. But watch this space.
I think the number 3 role, whoever he brings in, it needs to be aligned with his thoughts as the manager, and he's number 2. He's got to have his vision, and he'll obviously chat to them and see what their thoughts are, but they've got to be with the manager, really, because he's going to set out a vision, a style and everything that he wants for the club going forward. And I think the number 3 comes in will need to be in his sort of chain of thought. So I think he said he might have interviews and stuff for a period of time, but obviously Stephen Davis is in there now. I think he probably will get a gig myself by all accounts of what I'm hearing, but he might know. But I think the fact that he's there, he's got the experience in that, although he's a rookie in that style of management. But he can certainly be channelled into learning the job. So we'll wait and see, Ox. But it'll certainly it looks like it's going to be down to Clement, and it'll be his decision.
Do you think it's important, Bob, that there's a Rangers person in the coaching staff?
Absolutely. I mean, just walk in the esteem that Stephen Davis has held it, and I'm sure it'll be among the players. It's certainly among the supporters, and to keep him there to me would be a great move. I mean, I've united him yourself, Ox, Sir Stephen Davis, and he's well respected throughout the club. And to keep him in a coaching capacity would be great. I've heard this frequent chaps saying this on the show, and I'm in agreement with that. Alex Ray, I don't know. I don't know what his capacity would be. He might be there, and Stephen Davis might want Alex Ray beside him. You don't know, can. But a true blue, a true Rangers man.
Duke Street boy.
Yeah, aye, and and this is what we need at the club as true Rangers men, for to get it all gone again, which I'm sure we will. And yep, I'm in agreement with that, especially Stephen Davis.
Aye, I think it's important that the Southside's point, Stevie, that the manager wants them, and it gels.
Oh, 100%. Look, there's no two ways about it. The two boys are Rangers men, right? Wee Davy's he's an Ulster man, Wee Davo, and he's a base cap player in Britain, international player. So the experience is unbelievable there, and he's a well-loved and liked wee guy about Ibrox, and the crowd love him. And then you've got wee Alec Ray, Duke Street boy, brought up a Rangers fan, blue nose. He's done a wee bit. I'm led to believe done a bit of managing, wee Alec Ray, didn't he? So he's got experience too. Played in England, played with the Bears. So he's done it, I know. So you want these Rangers men about to let people know what the club's about. Keep reminding them. And we hadn't anybody like that in there. So have two good Rangers men like that, with two good CVs and backgrounds the way they two boys have got, I would be keeping them there at some capacity anyway. And as far as I said, they're led to believe that wee Davo's going to be the number 3, and I'm sure they'll find a role. That wee Alec Ray done Rangers a turn there by coming in with Davis. They're not just going to show the boy the door. So he'll have some role and some capacity at Rangers, and I'm pleased for him. I've met him a few times and had a good talk with him a couple of times, and I like the guy. I think what you see is what you get with him.
I think it's important. I don't know if Clement have any relationship or not even know him. Southside, I think it's take your time.
Aye.
Yeah.
There's sentiment there and all that about Stephen Davis and stuff, but we've got to get the right guy in the job. And if it's no Stephen Davis for that sort of role, and there's somebody that's played the game and that and done a bit of the coaching and stuff, and he sees somebody fitter and better to come in, then so be it. I'm not too fussed if it's Stephen Davis, to be honest, or Alex Ray, Stevie. Aye, they're Rangers men and they've got the credentials. Me and you've got Rangers men. Everybody on this show is basically Rangers men that come on this show, but at the end of the day, we've got to get a right coaching person in who Clement thinks it'll be a good balance, but he's got to be with him and his ideas and all, and he thinks it'll, so time will tell, but as long as he does the interview process that he said he was going to do, and I don't think there'll be any rush, and well, he doesn't have to rush it, they two are in pole position, and should they get it, fair enough. But aye, if he does an interview process, and then he picks somebody, and Alex Ray ends up out the door, or Stephen Davis ends up out the door, so be it. I'm no for any. We need to get this right. Blend's got to be right, and if it isn't just because they're there the now and we had to put them in charge, and then we think, well, maybe we need to keep them. Well, we actually don't. So for me, it needs to be right, because at the end of the day, we need to be winning trophies and getting a good team on the park and getting a good harmony and that about the squad man management and stuff that this manager wants to put in place. So I don't care, as long as Philip Clement thinks when he picks a guy, he's the right guy, that'll do for me.
I think South, what you're saying, he'll bring one of his own men in. That goes without saying. He's going to bring an understudy with him. He'll pick his own.
Stephen Van de Hayden.
Well, that's it, and we Davis will be his number 3. Now, whether you're totally right, because the Rangers men doesn't mean they're going to do a good job. Well, there's been cases like that over the years, but the bottom line for me is I would like some Rangers men run about that dressing room or that training ground in some capacity. You know what I mean? Just to let people know, there's wee bits and bobs that these guys coming from Belgium and that don't know about the Rangers and don't know the fans' feelings. Well, they're guys that's in touch with the fans. So, so they could be used, their experiences, everything. And to have a guy, the most capped player in Britain, kicking about your training ground or your run about your squad or whatever, it's a good thing to him, especially when being the background that you score. That's all I was saying. But you're totally right. If they don't fit the job, then there's no sense in having them just because they're Rangers men. I totally agree with that. But I would like Rangers men in some capacity run about their training ground, reminding some of these boys what it's about.
All right. Just before we go, some interesting, obviously, the national team was playing, Scottish national team was playing last night. And Southside, interesting stat that 6 of the players involved last night were youth players at our club.
Well, there,
aye.
6.
I never watched it, so I wouldn't know who it was.
What I'm saying is, I wonder how some of the supporters felt about that when they were watching last night, if they even worked out, had the brains to work out. And also the fact is that there you go, we can't get players for our academy in the first team. Guys that was on and became internationalists.
Yep.
Aye, and probably you'll know who all played, so if you accumulate the money that they left the club for.
Kelly, Taylor, Patterson, Gilmore, McLean, Ferguson.
Yep.
So Patterson was a big transfer.
Aye.
And who else did you see? Kenny McLean or Gilmore? Aye.
Gilmore.
So there you go. and then throw in Suter as well. It was on the park for us last night. I wonder how some of them felt. Shows you how bright some of them are. Anyway, that's a different story. Bob, last word for your good self.
Aye, great show tonight again. Absolutely brilliant. Great topics, especially my favourite subject, the history of the club. Absolutely fantastic. Onwards and upwards. I really like the new manager. I like his stature. I think he's going to do well for us. And once again, lads, honestly, I will promise you one thing. No jokes tonight. We'll wait till next week. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. And all the best for the moment. And I'll hear from you tomorrow.
Cheers, mate. Fox is saying don't discount Stephen Smith. He's got all the badges. Stephen Smith. So I might be a role for him as well. Right, Big Stevie.
What can we say? Dream Team Wednesday. It's been absolutely flew in. I mean, I can't believe that's 2 hours up and gone already, man. It was really brilliant. Bob Jed with a history lesson. Robert with a passion. Big man for God's country, come on for his holidays, unbelievable, brilliant, and I can't remember the other caller's name, but what a wee show tonight, and that's what this platform does. Like, he's everywhere better, a chance to come on and get everything off their chest. And by the way, I'm away to order a spicy chicken pizza mixed with corn and chips. Good night.
I'm not surprised. Southside.
Aye, no, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed the show tonight. Good to be on my big mucker, Stevie. Good wee bit of banter tonight. Just picking some players that we thought had a lot of heart and desire at our club, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed being on the show. It's good to get a few callers in and interacting with us, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed that. What we're looking for on Saturday, mate, it's heart, fire and desire, mate. And let's do this, Rangers. Come on, Rangers.
Come on! Get into the hubbies! Come on!
Thanks to Gordon, Andy Fairvin, all the way from, what was he? Amateur.
Aye.
Andy Fairvin, Robert, Bob Jeter, and of course, the one and only Stan and Ollie, commonly known as Southside and Big Stevie. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Everybody for listening. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We'll be joined by David McKinnon, a cult hero in the mid-80s. He's got a story to tell us, David. Thanks for listening. Speak to you tomorrow evening. Take it away, Old School Blue.